right, this lesson is on verb tenses, and we're going to start with the simple tenses, and this is our fourth lesson. So, a tense of the verb tells us when the action takes place. So, with the simple tenses, that's present, past, future. With some of the other tenses we're going to look at this year, that's not necessarily the case, but the tense always does tell us when the action happened in relation to other events. Like, did it happen before this other event, or after this other event, or will it happen after an event in the future? So it gets a little more complicated. There are two reasons why we would change form of a verb. The first is for tense. Okay, so by changing the form, it helps us to show when an action takes place. So for example, I talk every day in class. This is base form, it's present tense. I talked yesterday in class. This is past tense, okay, it happened in the past, and we use the past form. I will talk tomorrow in class is future tense. We use the base form plus the helping verb will. The other reason we would change form is so that it agrees with the subject. This is relevant to present tense. So, I talk, I is first person, you use base form. You talk, you is second person. She talks, she is third person. We add an S to the base form. Okay, and that's what we call agreement with your subject. So the simple present tense, okay, we usually just say present tense, and that's fine. But if you say present tense, you'll be automatically assumed to be meaning the simple present tense. So the present tense of a verb names an action that happens regularly. It doesn't mean it's happening in the moment. It's not the ing form of the verb. I am talking right now. That is not present tense. That's a different tense. So present tense is an action that happens regularly. Or it expresses a general truth. Okay? It uses the base form of the verb. It does not use the present participle. It does not use ing. It uses the base form of the verb. And as I showed you in the previous slide, if the subject is third person singular, that's he, she, or it, then we add an S to the end of the base form. So some examples, I visit every day. Okay, notice it doesn't say I am visiting. It's I visit. This is simple present tense. We visit every day. We're just using the base form. You visit every day. You being plural, more than you. More than one of you visit every day. He visits every day. Here we have the S added, and then they visit. So all of these use base form. It's just adding the S here, okay? And this is simple present tense. Simple past tense is an action that has already happened. And it is formed by using the past form of the verb. Charles visited yesterday. Visited with the ed is the past form of visit. They visited last week. Becky ran around the block yesterday. Ran is the past form of run. This is an irregular verb. Visit is a regular verb. We drew a map for them. So drew is the past form of draw. And again, it's an irregular verb, but all of them are formed the same by using the past form of the verb. Simple future tense, okay, names an action that will take place in the future. So it hasn't happened yet. It's going to in the future. In the future tense, the word will is added to the base form of the verb. Sometimes we use shall if the pronoun is I or we. I shall visit tomorrow. We will study tonight. Okay, so shall visit is future tense. Will study is future tense. You will visit in the morning. You will study tonight. She will visit next week. They will study tonight. So in every case, regardless of the subject, we add will in front of the base form of the verb to make future tense. The verb phrase, because that's what it is, we have the helping verb and the main verb. The verb phrase can be interrupted with the subject in a question or an adverb. Becky will not come with us to the movies. So here, will come is the future tense. It is our verb. We need both parts of it to make future tense. Not is separating our verb phrase. It's an adverb. We would not underline it. We would not consider it part of the verb phrase. Will Edgar wear his team jacket tonight? Here, this is a subject. Edgar is our subject. The verb is will wear. Again, we would never identify the subject as part of the verb. Will wear is your verb, and that's what's underlined. It's future tense. So when we talk and speak, we use the simple tenses, but we tend to use other tenses a little more frequently. When you're writing, the simple tenses are best. So if you can use a simple tense, if you can change a verb into a simple tense, that is a preferred writing style, and that is something that we're going to look at working on in our revising of our writing this year.